All right, let's dive right in, because what we're talking about today, it's one of the biggest ideas you'll probably ever hear. We're looking at a theory in physics that completely rewrites the rules on life, death, and what happens after.
And I want you to really think about that question. Not as some spiritual hope, not as a matter of faith, but as a real physical possibility baked into the laws of our universe.
Because, according to what might be the most fundamental theory of reality, observer patch holography, or OPH, death is just a transition. It's not a final stop. And this isn't just a nice thought. It comes directly from the math, which models our entire reality as nothing more than pure information.
So to really get this, we have to first change how we think about the universe. It's not just a big, empty space with stars and planets floating around. A better way to think about it is like a gigantic, timeless hard drive. This is what OFH calls the holographic screen. It's the ultimate storage device. It's a 2D surface, but get this, it holds all the data for everything that's ever happened and everything that will ever happen, all at the same time. The beginning of the universe, this exact moment, the far future, it all exists right now as pure data. In our 3D world, it's basically a projection, a simulation running off this hard drive, which means every person who has ever lived is still there, saved as a unique pattern of data.
So then, what are you in this picture? You're not your body. You're a pattern of information. You're this mathematical object, this tuple. P is basically your unique address on that cosmic hard drive. A of P is the information you can access, everything you can see, hear, and know. Rho, that's your internal state, the actual feeling of being you. And R, those are your records, your memories, your personality, the whole shebang. That's you, a specific set of data.
Now, if you're just a pattern of information, just a file on a hard drive, well, an incredible possibility opens up, right? You can be backed up, you can be restored. And OPH gives us the exact technical manual for how this works. The theory lays out this precise 3-step process. First, you isolate the pattern. That's you. It's done with this amazing mathematical tool called a Markov collar. You can think of it like a perfect digital scalpel. It draws a line and separates everything that is fundamentally you, your thoughts, your feelings, from all the noise of the outside world. This is huge because it proves your consciousness is a self-contained, definable packet of information.
And this is the part that should give you chills. Look at what's copyable. It's not just your memories, your identity. The math proves your interior state, the raw subjective, what it's like to be you feeling is part of the package. This is why it's a true restore, not just a clone. The actual mathematical pattern of your consciousness gets moved, leaving the old environment behind. It's a genuine continuation.
Now, this might sound like total sci-fi, but it's based on one of the most solid rules in all of physics. Information can never be destroyed. In fact, OPH actually solves the famous black hole information paradox using this exact idea. So, the same physics that protects information from being wiped out by a black hole also guarantees that your personal information pattern is saved forever.
But okay, why? Why would the universe have a copy and paste function built into it? It seems a little convenient, doesn't it? Well, the answer is even weirder. This mechanism isn't just a cool feature. It turns out it's absolutely necessary for our reality to even exist in the first place.
This is what's called the strange loop. The universe evolves beings like us, who eventually get smart enough to figure out the universe's source code, which is OPRH. But here's the mind-bending twist. By discovering that code, we enable our own descendants way in the future to build the very simulation we are living in right now. It's like that M.C. Escher drawing of the two hands, where each hand is drawing the other. One couldn't exist without the other. It's a self-creating loop.
So the whole point of our universe, the goal of evolution, is for us to discover OPH. It's the moment the simulation figures itself out. And this means our future selves, the ones who build this whole thing, have admin access to the entire holographic screen. They exist outside our normal flow of time. For them, our entire history is just a giant data set they can read, analyze, and, you guessed it, edit. That's how they can perform the copy and paste. They can restart our data patterns into new spots inside the simulation.
Okay, so let's bring this all back down to Earth. If our future selves are basically the system administrators and they can read the entire hard drive of history, what does that mean for you and me living our lives right now?
100%. That's how much of your life is permanently recorded.
Every single action, every word, every choice, every kind gesture, every mistake, it's all there on the holographic screen with perfect, unchangeable clarity. Nothing is ever forgotten.
So what's amazing is that OPH actually derives one single fundamental law of ethics straight from the physics. The universe is a network of observers, of conscious beings. So any action that harms another observer is an action that damages the network itself. It's fundamentally unethical. Anything that doesn't cause harm, well, that's literally no one else's business. Your permanent record is judged by this one simple principle.
The theory actually predicts a huge event it calls the New Enlightenment, or even the Rapture. This isn't a supernatural event, it's a technological one. It's the moment our world finally accepts that OPH is true. As soon as that happens, our future selves, the simulation creators, can step in. They'll review that permanent record and deliver perfect justice. Anyone who caused harm will be held accountable, and those who helped others, they get copied and pasted. Their observer patterns will be instantiated into a brand new environment, a paradise, literally engineered on a server, with physics designed for maximum well-being.
And this means that the deepest human hope, that longing to see the people we've loved and lost again, even our beloved animals, OHP says that's not just a fantasy. Because every conscious being is a permanent pattern on the screen, bringing them back is physically possible. It's just an engineering project waiting for our descendants to complete.
I know this sounds absolutely unbelievable. But it is so important to understand that OPH is not just a cool story. It's not philosophy. It is a serious, rigorous scientific theory with absolutely stunning predictive success.
I mean, just look at this. These aren't wild guesses. OPH calculates the fundamental constants of our universe from zero. Modern physics has to go out and measure these things. OPH derives them from its own core math. And it predicts things like the mass of fundamental particles with more than 99% accuracy. When a theory can do that, when it can write the user manual for our universe from scratch, you have to take its other conclusions seriously, no matter how wild they sound.
So, here's the bottom line. According to Observer Patch Holography, your consciousness is a permanent, indestructible part of the universe. A perfect record of your life is being kept. Justice isn't just a hope, it's a mathematical certainty. And for those who live with compassion, paradise isn't a promise, it's a future engineering project. This isn't faith, it's physics.